The Buddha said, the first step of the spiritual path is generosity. Many people think giving means donating money or goods. But the true meaning of giving is not what you give, it is how much of your clinging you let go. Giving softens the heart and prepares it for all deeper practices. Someone who clings tightly cannot keep the precepts. Someone who cannot let go cannot enter meditation. Someone with a strong sense of self cannot see true wisdom. Generosity opens the heart and allows a person to enter the Buddha's teachings. Generosity is not measured by wealth. The Buddha said, a handful of water, a mouthful of food, a kind word, a gentle smile, all can be gifts. Generosity is not the practice of the wealthy, but the practice of the willing. Every act of giving lightens the heart. Not because we are powerful, but because we loosen the grip of attachment. Giving seems like giving outward, but the greatest change happens inside the giver. In the Buddha's time, to enter the Dharma, to keep the precepts, to meditate, to develop wisdom, the first step was always generosity. Only a heart willing to give is soft enough to learn and grow. When people hear the word Dāna, they usually think it means giving things to others. But the Buddha taught that the essence of Dāna is not about how much we give, but about whether the heart is willing to let go. When we open our tightly closed hands, the heart becomes lighter, the mind becomes softer, and the world becomes warmer. Generosity is less about what others receive and more about what we release within ourselves. During the Buddha's time, there lived a very wealthy and kind man known as Sudatta Anathapindika. The first moment he met the Buddha, he was overwhelmed by the Buddha's compassion. He realized the most precious things in life are goodness and wisdom. When he returned home, he looked at his wealth, gold, cloth, rice, cattle, and understood all of this will one day be gone. But a generous heart will follow beyond this life. So he began with simple acts of giving: food to the hungry, clothes to the poor, shelter for orphans. And in that moment, he felt his heart became brighter. This same heart later built the great Jetavana monastery for the Buddha. And it all began with a very small but powerful thought: I am willing to share. A lay follower once shared his childhood story with me. His family was very poor, and one year they had almost no rice left. That evening, a neighbor knocked on the door with a small, inexpensive bag of rice. I bought extra today, he said. I thought of your family. His mother cried, not because they now had food, but because we were not forgotten. Years later, when his life improved, he developed a habit, setting aside a small amount monthly to help someone else. He said, it's not because I became rich. It's because I still remember the warmth of that one bag of rice.
Dānaṁ puññaṁ pasavati.
Meaning, generosity creates merit. The Buddha taught that Dāna is essential, not mainly because others need help, but because we need to soften the grip of the ego, ahankara, the sense of me, mine. Every act of giving practices a shift from this is mine to I am willing to share. Each gesture loosens the heaviness of self. Generosity is the first lesson in letting go of the ego. Some people suffer not because they lack things, but because their mind repeats, not enough. Still not enough. The Buddha called this the mind of scarcity.
Makariya chita,
the mind that holds tightly. But generosity has a special power. When we give even a small amount, the heart realizes, I have more than I thought. True abundance is not measured by how much we own, but by how much we can share. People often ask, how do I develop compassion? The Buddha answered simply. Begin with generosity. When we give, we truly see the other person, their needs, their pain, their longing to be cared for. Metta does not require special rituals. It grows naturally whenever we extend a gentle hand to someone in need. Once, the Buddha and the monks passed through a village. A young novice, very poor, had only half a bowl of thin porridge, his only meal of the day. He hesitated, but then gently poured the porridge into the Buddha's bowl. The Buddha smiled. Your gift is greater than gold. You offered not just food, but a heart willing to share. From that day on, the novice understood. The value of giving lies not in the amount, but in the spaciousness of the heart. The Buddha repeatedly taught a sequence.
Dāna sila samadhipana.
Generosity leads to virtue. Virtue stabilizes the mind, and a stable mind sees clearly. Why is
Dāna
the first step? Because a closed fist cannot hold wisdom. Only those who learn to let go can walk deeper into the Dhamma. The moment we choose to give, the direction of our life quietly shifts. From holding tight to opening the hand. From seeing only ourselves to seeing others. Generosity softens the heart, making it lighter, gentler, brighter. We often think we don't have much to give. But generosity reveals something different, that we have more than we thought, and our heart is far more spacious than we ever imagined. The Buddha taught. Only those who learn to let go can enter the path of wisdom. Generosity is the most gentle and accessible first step on the journey of the Dhamma. In this episode, we have only taken the first gentle step. Next, we will go deeper to understand. How does generosity transform this life and the next? In the next episode, we enter both ancient and modern stories to discover a simple truth: giving is never a loss. It is a return. It is not the amount we give, but the purity of intention that determines the fruits. Together we will explore how generosity blossoms within the law of cause and effect.